Good evening, everyone. Today now we will continue from the previous class of PCOD, that is polycystic ovarian disease. And as we discussed, there are two terms, that is PCOD and PCOS. PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. Here, along with the polycystic ovarian disease, that is limited up to the ovaries or the female genital tract, that will go further as a systemic group of disease, and it is named as polycystic ovarian syndrome. And it includes many other organs and represent symptoms from skin to the metabolism to the digestive system and other facial hairs and many other symptoms. So we will continue with the PCOD, and before that we discussed about the normal menstrual cycle, that from the menstruation, as we start from the day of menstruation as a day one, as you all know, then there is gonadotropin releasing hormones secretes for give message to the pituitary, that will secrete follicular stimulating hormone that gives message to the ovaries for the secretion of estrogen and development of follicles, and that fully grown follicles release eggs that will go for the further fertilization. And if it is not fertilized, अगर वो egg fertilized नहीं होता है, then after completion of cycle, that will go towards the menstruation. All the preparation of the fertilization will shed off during the menstruation. And after that, developing follicle will become corpus luteum. जिन लोगों ने भी menstrual cycle या ये सारी classes की होंगी तो उन्हें चीजें समझ में आ रही होंगी. Otherwise, go through the recorded lecture, or that only I'm explaining you in short that what is menstrual cycle. And if you have clear view of menstrual cycle, then it is easy to understand about the PCOD. And if you know the systemic involvement of other organs like pancreas and hormones, testosterone and everything, then it is much easier to know about the PCOS, or even that is the group of disease, that is syndrome. And if you know the reason of the disease, it is very easy to control the disease. And it is generally known as a lifestyle disorder. These days, people are more attracted toward the disturbed or bound to have disturbed life cycles, lifestyle. There are some foundations, and there are some attractions even of the junk foods or disturbed lifestyle, like night parties. People like to go there and have food and drinks even. So all these accumulate the causative factors. Our hormones are going in a systemic way. But when we are disturbing that system, we have to pay for it with a group of diseases or any disease. So we were discussing about after the ovulation, it will the developing follicles becomes the corpus luteum, and pituitary will secrete luteinizing hormone, and ovary will secrete progesterone, and that progesterone will help for the development of uterus with the thick endometrial lining that will go for the further development of coming fertilized egg or fetus. And if there is no fertilization, all the hormones come towards the down, and every preparations will shed off in the form of menstruation or menstrual blood. And after that, again, new cycle begins. So here, when the in each and every cycle, a single egg is produced by the developing follicle. But when the developing follicles is the development of follicles is not completed, and it is stopped at certain stage, and there are collection of many of the follicles, but no ovulation is there, the condition results in the several number of cysts, and that is polycystic. and it is limited to the ovaries, so it is polycystic ovarian disease. And when this polycystic ovarian disease is combined with many other symptoms like glucose resistance, insulin resistance, and release of hormones like testosterone, and conditions that reflects in the conditions like acne and many other group of disease. And it is basically related to the defect of metabolism and hormonal imbalance. So it is known as polycystic ovarian syndrome. Now we will discuss with the polycystic ovarian syndrome. We have just enlightened the idea of that menstrual cycle, if you are not aware of it. So what is PCOD basically? It is a most common endocrine. We discussed half of the topic in last class, and today we will go through the previous topics in quick review. And if you have any problem, you are free to ask. So it is a common endocrine disorder in females that is one of the major cause of infertility these days due to the disturbed lifestyle. If left untreated, it may lead to the diabetes, heart disease, and uterine cancer even. So as we discussed about the normal ovary, that secretes every cyst to develop into ovum, and that results in fertilization. But in this polycystic ovary, there are beaded appearance. In USG, it is given that multiple beaded appearance of multiple cyst, and size of the cyst is sometimes given. So what is polycystic ovarian disease? It is the normal cycle, that follicle is matured, ovulation is done, and turns into corpus luteum. But here, the developing follicle, the growth is uh, hindered in between, and it results in multiple immature follicles. That is beaded appearance of ovaries. So it is picture of normal ovary, and development stop in between, and results in multiple cysts. And in Ayurveda, we can correlate the condition with many of the disease. If many of the times female comes with a complaint of infertility, and then it is diagnosed with the PCOD. So you can say it Badhya, but later on, if you diagnose, then it may goes to the Vikuta Jati Harini and Pushpagni Jati Harini. Pushpagni, the name says the Pushp is the part of the that is ovum that is responsible for fertilization, and here even the part that is responsible for the fertilization is uh, stopped in between. So it is much more correlated with the Pushpagni Jati Harini. That is Vritha Pushpam tu yo nri yatha kale prapashyati sthul lomash ganda Pushpagni sapi revati. So it is much more correlated with the PCOD. It is Vritha Pushpam. The female is having menstruation even, but it is Vritha. It is of no use for fertilization because ovulation is not done. So Vritha Pushpam tu yo nari yatha kal प्रपश्यति, मतलब काल पे भी हो रहा है, टाइमली भी हो रहा है, बट कंसीव नहीं कर पा रही, तो उसके पुष्प वृथा ही, क्योंकि ओव्यूलेशन नहीं हो रहा है. सो दे सेड द थिंग्स इन वेरी साइंटिफिक वे, बट द लैंग्वेज इज डिफरेंट. और अब की भाषा ये हो सकता है उस टाइम की लैंग्वेज हो, बट अभी जो साइंटिफिक एविडेंस है, उस टाइम वैसे साइंटिफिक एविडेंस आते होंगे तो उनकी लैंग्वेज वैसी है, और अभी की जो साइंटिफिक लैंग्वेज आती है तो उससे भी आप कोरिलेट करो तो चीजें वही निकलेगी. स्थूल लोमश गंडा, कि लोम जो होते हैं उसके मोटे, मतलब कि एक्सेसिव हेयर ग्रोथ एंड ऑल दैट विजिबल हेयर ग्रोथ इज देयर. जो फीमेल पैटर्न में फाइन हेयर्स रहते हैं तो वो एक विजिबल पैटर्न आ जाता है, लाइक हिर्सुटिज्म एंड ऑल दैट. सो स्थूल लोमश गंडा और पुष्पग्नि सापी रेवती. सो रेवती से रिलेट करते हुए इसको, और ये जो है कि साध्य असाध्य करके जो कैटेगरीज है, तो इसको भी क्यूरेबल कैटेगरी में रखा है. और इसमें पुष्पग्नि जाति हारिणी seems to be nearly to the polycystic ovarian syndrome. So वी कैन कोरिलेट, एंड इसमें जो ट्रीटमेंट पैटर्न दिया है वो भी फॉलो कर सकते हैं। एंड ये क्विक रिव्यू लेते हुए हम लोग मैनेजमेंट पार्ट में आते हैं। तो पॉलिसिस्टिक ओवेरियन सिंड्रोम का मैनेजमेंट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हमें क्यों करना है? एक आपके पास प्यूबर्टी एज की या 16 to 18 years फीमेल्स भी आ सकती हैं with a menstrual disorder or any other disorder, and she may be diagnosed as PCOD. तो वहां पे फर्टिलिटी उनको नहीं चाहिए, बट इन द फर्टाइल एज ग्रुप और मैरिड वुमेन comes with the problem, and when she is diagnosed or she comes even with the diagnosis of the PCOD, तो वहां आपको फर्टिलिटी भी डिपेंड करती है. सो व्हाट्स द एम? You have to treat only the PCOD or the female wants issue or fertility is your major concern. You have to decide and treat accordingly. So management of PCOD is a pregnancy or ovulation induction is desired. So what she desires. So if she wants pregnancy and ovulation or infertility is there, so first line of treatment you have to give the clomiphene or letrozole, because it helps in the ovulation. जो ओव्यूलेशन उसका हिंडर्ड हो रहा था, बीच में पीरियड अपीयरेंस आ रही थी, तो उस ओव्यूलेशन को कंप्लीट कराने के लिए लेटरोजोल या क्लोमिफिन हेल्प करता है. एंड सेकेंडरी मेटाबॉलिक डिसऑर्डर है, इंसुलिन रेजिस्टेंस हो जाता है, तो यू हैव टू गिव द मेटफॉर्मिन टू नॉर्मलाइज दैट इवन. सो इंसुलिन रेजिस्टेंस में फर्स्ट लाइन में मेटाफॉर्मिन आएगा. एंड इफ शी इज ओबीज देन यू हैव टू teach him for the lifestyle modification. Even hirsutism is there. Then electrolysis and light-based therapies that is effective for the mild cases. So many of the cases में hirsutism, that is facial hairs is there or male pattern of hair. And in the case of acne, topical creams like antibiotics, benzoyl peroxide, that should be given. So it is line of treatment if she wants issue or the matter of concern is fertility. So with the help of clomiphene or letrozole, that the stage of ovulation or developing follicles will not be captured as immature follicles, and that ovulation is completed. And if she didn't want to conceive now, so anovulation or menstrual irregularities is the problem. So hormonal contraception is given, that is combined OCPs, that is estrogen, progesterone, both or single hormone is given to normalize the cycle. First line hormonal contraception, including the levonorgestrel releasing intrauterine system, that is Mirena. It's progesterone related hormones. It is intrauterine device that is placed in the uterus, and that levonorgestrel hormone is secreted in a rhythmic pattern. या तो फिर डिवाइस ही कर देंगे, या तो डेली इसको हार्मोनल कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव पिल्स लेने को बोलेंगे. एंड सेकेंड लाइन इज मेटफॉर्मिन, दैट इज टू रेगुलेट द इंसुलिन रेजिस्टेंस. एंड सिमिलरली lifestyle modification to balance the obesity. And in hirsutism, first line hormonal contraception with or without एंटी एंड्रोजन थेरेपी. तो हार्मोन्स जो देंगे तो उसमें एंटी एंड्रोजन थेरेपीज भी देंगे, क्योंकि एंड्रोजन के कारण ही hirsutism है. एंड इन सेकेंड लाइन spironolactone monotherapy, electrolysis in the previous case where she wants the issue or to being pregnant is the matter of concern. तो यहाँ पे हम लोग सुपरफिशियल ट्रीटमेंट ही करेंगे hirsutism के लिए भी. एज यू से सी की इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस या लाइट बेस जो सुपरफिशियल इंटरनल हार्मोनल थेरेपीज नहीं देंगे, दैट में इफेक्ट द डेवलपिंग फेटस. और एक्ने के लिए भी एक्सटर्नल एप्लीकेशन के लिए एंटीबायोटिक्स या बेंजोइल पेरोक्साइड्स देंगे, बिकॉज fertility can be affected by these. But when she didn't want issue, menstrual irregularities या anovulation ही सिर्फ matter of concern है, तो वहाँ interventions like spironolactone monotherapy या hormonal contraceptions without anti-androgen therapies is given to control the hirsutism. And in the case of acne, first line hormonal contraception, topical creams, sorry, including benzoyl peroxide, tretinoin, adalpine, or antibiotic creams can be given. In second line, spironolactone should be given. So all these about the management. And when we go towards the detail, insulin sensitizing drugs like metformin, because it enhances the peripheral tissue sensitivity to insulin. The tissues becomes resistant to the insulin. Insulin अगर है भी, so tissues are not recognizing that. So we have to make the tissues more adaptive to that insulin. And with the help of metformin, it enhances the peripheral tissue sensitivity to insulin that inhibits the hepatic gluconeogenesis. If you are aware of the insulin metabolism and the role of insulin, and then you will know in these cases hepatic gluconeogenesis is there and affect on increasing uptake of utilization of glucose by muscles, and thiazolidine, that is proglitazone, due to suspected hepatotoxicity is withdrawn. Decoryenocetrol, rosiglitazone, pioglitazone, that is to it's a kind of treatment of diabetes, you can say, and the insulin resistance. What the changes are there due to the insulin resistance, we have to control that. या तो आपने आयुर्वेद या नेचुरोपैथी में अग्नि का कंसेप्ट लिया होगा कि अग्नि डिस्टर्ब्ड है तो वो पूरा मेटाबॉलिक प्रोसेस डिस्टर्ब हो रहा है, तो यहाँ तो आप अग्नि के कंसेप्ट पे काम करके और जो प्रमेय या से रिलेटेड लाइफस्टाइल या मेडिसिन दी हैं कि जैसे कि छेरस मधुर को छोड़ के कटु तिक्त कषाय की तरफ जाते हुए, और जो थोड़ा अग्निवर्धक द्रव्य जिससे अग्नि होगी तो मेटाबॉलिज्म अच्छा होगा, तो that will also act in the case of diabetes और प्रमेय, and similarly in the case of पीसीओडी. व्हाट इज देयर कि मतलब जो नॉर्मल प्रोसेस है वो ब्लॉक हो रहा है, और ब्लॉक होने के लिए कुछ मीन्स बल्कि चीज चाहिए, तो उस बल्कि के ऑपोजिट एक्शन के जो ड्रग्स होंगे कि जो उसको डाइल्यूट करेंगे, मीन्स बल्क फॉर्म ड्रग्स, अगर उसके साथ ही आप लाइक हैवी कंडेंस्ड मिल्क आप दे रहे हो, तो वो फिर उसको मतलब नॉर्मल प्रोसेस को ब्लॉक और करेगा। तो कंडेंस्ड मिल्क लाइक और मिल्क दैट लाइक प्रोडक्ट्स लाइक रबड़ी खा रहा है वो पेशेंट, तो आप उसकी हिस्ट्री में जाओगे तो उसकी लाइफस्टाइल जैसे चीज है, तो वो कहीं ना कहीं चीज का इंटेक उसका बड़ा होगा, तो यू हैव टू काउंसिल द पेशेंट फॉर दैट कि स्टॉप डूइंग दिस, ऑल दिस आर अफेक्टिंग योर बॉडी इन ईच एंड एवरी वेज। और आगे जाके उसको भी आप देखोगे तो वही पेशेंट जो पीसीओडी का जा रहा है, आगे जाके डायबिटीज और फिर उसको कोरोनरी और आर्टरी ब्लॉकेज, मतलब वो तो उसके बॉडी में है तो वो कहीं ना कहीं इफेक्ट करेगा, और जाते जाते फाइनली फाइन आर्टरीज लाइक कोरोनरी आर्टरीज, और वहां पे एक्यूमुलेट होके कार्डियक डिसऑर्डर्स एंड मेनी अदर थिंग्स। दैट इज द स्टेप बाय स्टेप, मतलब कि आप एक सीढ़ी चढ़ते हो फिर दूसरी फिर तीसरी, तो आप टॉप फ्लोर पे पहुंच जाते हो, तो वो उसकी सीढ़ी शुरू हो गई है, और उसको पहले थोड़ी मोड़ी मीन्स रेस्पिरेटरी प्रॉब्लम्स या डिस्निया लाइक प्रॉब्लम्स होती होंगी, आप उसकी हिस्ट्री में जाओगे तो, या लेथार्जिक सा होगा, मतलब जल्दी थक जाना काइंड ऑफ चीजें, तो आपको सबसे पहले तो ये आप मेडिसिन दोगे, ठीक हो कर दोगे उसको, 2-4 महीने बाद वो वापस पे आ जाएगा। हम लोग जो भी केसेस देखते हैं कि फर्स्ट प्रेगनेंसी कंसीव की, बट सेकंड में फिर से वही प्रॉब्लम आ रही है कि मैडम पीसीओडी का ही इशू आ रहा है। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव टू काउंसिल द पेशेंट और द लाइफ स्टाइल इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सॉरी। तो अब इंसुलिन रेजिस्टेंस पे काम करने के बाद वी हैव टू वर्क फॉर द ओव्यूलेशन. So ovulation induces like clomiphene citrate that regulates the circulatory concentration of FSH. FSH levels बढ़ा के then gonadotropin, that is luteinizing hormones alone. Here also HPOX, that is regulated in each and every way. And we also work in the systemic way. First, from the follicular stimulating hormones to the estrogen, it have to work. So clomiphene cyclate raises the circulatory concentration of FSH, gonadotropins, luteinizing hormone alone or FSH alone, or both LH and FSH can be raised, and due to high sensitivity of polycystic ovary to gonadotropins, and here also sensitivity is raised for the hormones. So basically, we have to make the tissues sensitivity normalized for the hormones. It induces multiple follicular developments. There may be high frequency of ovary hyperstimulation syndrome. So when the our body knows when to secrete how much of hormone. When the time of ovulation is there, in the rhythmic pattern, hormone is secreted. But when we are externally giving the hormones for the ovulation, we are regularizing the pituitary and insulin resistance. We are working on the luteinizing hormone or follicular stimulating hormone. We are working on the ovaries by giving clomiphene. So multiple things are given, and the sensitivity of the ovaries is रेज मतलब वो इतना ज्यादा रेज कर जाती है कि वो एक के साथ कई बार दो तीन एग्स भी ओव्यूलेशन के टाइम निकाल देती है. एंड द रिस्क फॉर द मल्टीपल प्रेगनेंसी जनरली इंक्रीजेस इन द केस ऑफ पीसीओडी व्हेन इट इज ट्रीटेड. तो आप देखेंगे कि ट्विंस या ट्रिपलेट्स के केसेस तो वो उनकी ट्रीटमेंट चलती होती है इनफर्टिलिटी के एंड इन मैनी ऑफ द केसेस पीसीओडी की, क्योंकि लगता है कि हाँ पूरा सिस्टम सही करना है. तो आप पिट्यूटरी पे भी काम कर रहे हो, आप इंसुलिन मेटाबॉलिज्म पे भी काम कर रहे हो, आप ओवरीज पे भी काम कर रहे हो, और पूरा काम करते करते वो कुछ ज्यादा ही जनरेट हो जाते हैं एग्स, and that may result in the multiple pregnancies. So similarly, due to the high sensitivity of polycystic ovaries to the gonadotropies, it induces multiple follicular developments, and there may be high frequency of ovary hyperstimulation syndrome. And oral contraceptives, suppression of luteinizing hormones occurs, due to which ovarian production of luteinizing hormone dependent androgen is reduced. ये तो आपका ओव्यूलेशन इंड्यूसर्स का काम है. ओरल कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव्स भी देते हैं जहां पे कि फर्टिलिटी इज नॉट द इश्यू. So suppression of luteinizing hormone occurs, due to which ovarian production of luteinizing hormone dependent androgen is reduced and adrenal production of androgen is also decreased. So SHBG, that is blood glucose, increase so that androgen does not wander freely. तो एंड्रोजन फ्रीली वांडर नहीं करेगा तो जो हिर्सुटिज्म एंड ऑल दैट इफेक्ट्स आते हैं तो वो ट्रबलसम नहीं होंगे और ओवरी अपना काम प्रॉपरली करती रहेगी. Now about the surgical treatment, in rare of the cases, wedge resection of ovary is required. It is the procedure is associated with high percentage of ovarian and periadnexal adhesions. तो ओवरी जैसे कुछ अवरोधक ब्लॉकिंग फैक्टर्स है और वो ब्लॉकेज करते करते पूरा एडिशंस हो जाती है. As you can see in the figures, ये फेलोपियन ट्यूब है, ये ओवरी है या ये यूटेरस है. तो इट्स अ फ्रीली फ्री है. इसके बीच में कुछ फाइन जो भी अटैचमेंट्स नर्व्स या आर्टरीज वेन्स कैपिलरीज जो भी नहीं होंगे, बट यहाँ जो टिश्यू मेटा और लिगामेंट्स वगैरह सब काफी मतलब एकदम स्टक्ड काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर हो जाता है. In the case of adhesions, and here the wedge resection of the ovaries is required. The procedure is associated with high percentage of ovarian and periadnexal adhesions, substantial tissue loss, and premature ovaries failure of vasculature of ovary is disturbed. यहाँ पे पूरा vasculature ही disturb हो गया adhesions के कारण, and for the life saving or the saving of other organs, sometimes resection of ovary is required. Ovarian release that can be done laparoscopically by making small holes in the ovarian coating capsule with the laser cautery needle. And many of the time drilling is required and that can be done laparoscopically. And about the physical workout management, nowadays sedentary lifestyle, fast food, mental stress is responsible for obesity. When a school of incidence of obesity was observed at the 30% is obesity आजकल बहुत दिख रही है, एंड उसका मेन कॉज लाइफ स्टाइल डिसऑर्डर, dietary habits, and level of stress, and we all know about that. And BMI, that is between 18 to 25 is considered as a normal, and above that it goes in the category of obese. Normally young Indians, there is very little stress on physical activities. Increase in BMI from 18 to 30 kg per meter square is generally associated with PCOS. And adipose tissue is an active site for steroid production and metabolism. It can convert androgen to estrogen. So adipose tissue जो रहता है, it is active site for steroid production and metabolism. For the steroid, it is a center, and it converts the androgens into the estrogen, and estradiol to estrone, and DHEA to adenoastenediol. So weight loss promotes ovulation and fertility to reduce hirsutism. So in the adipose tissue, it is the center. that converts the testosterone to the estrogens. Basically, you can say in short. So, as the due to the deposition of fat and all that, adipose tissue is increasing, and due to lack of physical activity, that adipose tissue is going to secrete testosterone, and the characters like hirsutism and all that is there. But with the help of physical activities and workout, that adipose tissue will also dissolve, and that testosterone is converted into estrogen, and that estrogen will tell the ovaries to secrete the eggs and do the ovulation complete. So it is the uh, key role, that is physical workout is necessary. And the mode of treatment in Ayurveda is same, but drugs are different. So early recognition and intervention such as weight control, diet, lifestyle modification, all that is there also, may prevent or delay the development of further complications of PCOS. Ayurveda, the science of life, starts with the quote Swasthasya Swasthanam and Atmadasya Vikar Pachmanam Cha. So we have to take the overall, because PCOD may convert into PCOS, and that PCOS may convert into the various lifestyle disorder that is very difficult to come back from that. So we have to give focus, and the our aim is same, to obtain the health. If whether it is the allopathy, Ayurvedic, homeopathy, yoga, or naturopathy, whatever the system is, the aim is to achieve the health. The philosophy or the diagnosis, mode of diagnosis, and the mode of treatment may be somewhat different, but the aim is same. So things are almost same, but we will go through in our way. So PCOS seems to be a disorder involving Vat, Pitta, Kapha, Med, and Ambhuva Srotas and Artava Srotas. Artava Dhatu. Artava Dhatu, that is related to X. Ambhuva Srotas, that is related to the watery kind of parts. Med, that is associated with the lipids or adipose. And Vat and Kapha are the doshas. So these all need to be considered in the treatment. PCOS can be prevented and treated with the help of Ahar, Vihar, and Aushadhi, all that. So lifestyle, diet, and treatment part of the drugs. So about the food and lifestyle, Ahar Vihar, healthy and balanced diet is essential for the normal health, because dietic abnormality vitiate doshas, which cause various diseases, and it may result in the gynecological problems and even the infertility. It also produces conditions of dhatu shay. That is धातु हमारी अर्थ व धातु कम हो रही है. So we have to balance that, and as discussed in the earlier, the अवरोध हो रहा है, स्रोत अवरोध हो रहा है, कहीं ना कहीं वो प्रोसेस हैम्पर हो रहा है, तो उसको रेगुलेट करना है. सो पथ्य पथ्य आहार विहार लेना होगा उसके लिए. एंड मोड ऑफ लाइफ इज सजेस्टेड एज द ऋतुचर्या एंड दिनचर्या, एज इट इज मेंशन इन द टेक्स्ट, कि आपको लाइफ स्टाइल क्या रखनी है. कि अभी हम लोग घर से अपना सुबह उठ के सबसे पहले तो एक हम बैड हैबिट्स में आ गया रूटीन में कि चाय लेना है, एंड देन वॉट एवर. सो वहां से ही एक रूटीन स्टार्ट होती है. उसके बाद हम कुछ फूड लेके अगर ऑफिस गए, तो आज इसका बर्थडे, आज यहाँ ये और वॉट एवर, या कुछ नहीं तो चलो चाय के साथ थोड़े समोसे हो जाए. एंड वी डिडंट नीड दैट, बट वी डू दैट. भूख लगी, इंस्टेड ऑफ टेकिंग द प्रॉपर मील, चलो थोड़ा बर्गर्स हो जाए, और वी सेलिब्रेट विद द पिज्जाज एंड ऑल दैट. So all these lifestyle changes, you can see step by step we are doing the wrong. So we have to stop that diet changes. We have to follow 2 meals in a day. That's enough. और अगर डायबिटिक या सीवियर कॉम्प्लिकेशंस है, तो वी हैव शॉर्ट मील्स, और वो भी शॉर्ट एंड सेफ मील्स होनी चाहिए. लाइक लाइट फूड्स की चिवड़ा काइंड ऑफ रख लिया, या ड्राई फ्रूट्स में भी नॉट कैश्यूज, कैन यूज बादाम या किशमिश. तो इस तरह की चीजें, या जो भी सीजनल फ्रूट्स हैं वो ले सकते हैं. तो ये एक लाइफ स्टाइल मैनेजमेंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. एंड अलॉन्ग विद दैट, अगर आप gym lifestyle जाते हो then it's okay. But the pranayam that is HPO axis involved. So pranayam that regulates from the to the control the HPO axis. So like up Kapalbhati, it is very good for the diabetes even, and with the uh, forced expiration, it helps in to regulate the process. And the Anulom Vilom and asanas like Mandukasam and various other Vyayam or asana and pranayam can help in this. So to follow the proper lifestyle of Dincharya, Ritucharya and follow the and to do all some pranayams and yogasans will helpful for that. And in the Aushad, cough reducing ahar, that insulin enhancing, hormone rebalancing and obstruction clearing Aushad like गुड़मार जामुन जम्बू तरवार गुडूची आंवला हरिद्रा. तो इनके जो रस और गुण वीर्य विपाक ऐसे हैं